Yo, we got some disgusting spoilers for chapter 76. Bro, is it possible? Are Sarada's feelings confirmed now? Bro, this shit got me gassed, bro. This shit got me hyped right now. We got a panel here of Eida asking Sarada what she thinks of Boruto, and Sarada instantly blushes. Bro, there's so much more we gotta talk about, but bro, holy yo. See, this is a meeting I've been waiting for. I'm like, yo, when Eida questioned Sarada, what is she gonna say? And it finally happened. Now, with Sarada's feelings being shown in this chapter, it makes me wonder, what are they building up to? Because they've been hinting her feelings since chapter 68, with her being worried about Boruto getting the scar, and then her feelings in chapter 69, and so forth from there. So, what are they actually building up with Sarada and Boruto here? Because they've been focusing on Sarada quite a bit now. So it makes me wonder. And that we'll save for chapter 76 review. So anyways, let's get into the spoilers. Thanks to Abdul Zoldiak, we got some spoilers. And Luana Rocha, she translated some of the spoilers. So let's pop this down. So the cover page starts off with Eida. Eida is on it, and it says a woman's sanctuary. And this refers to the pillow talk between Sarada, Sumire, and Eida. Abdul Zoldiak says the chapter begins from where it left off from last month. Boruto's reaction to what he and Momoshiki just saw. Boruto then recalls Momoshiki saying that eventually your blue eyes will take everything away from you. And the panels are of Boruto thinking back to Momoshiki at that moment. So I think they're hinting the moment that Boruto loses it all is actually nearby. Because the same as Sarada's feelings, they've been building up for the last few chapters the same dialogue. Your blue eyes will take everything away from you, etc. It keeps going on and on. So I think that moment is finally here. And in my opinion, I think Boruto's blue eyes revolve around Sarada. Her feelings and his blue eyes are gonna play something big. I'm calling that right now. So then in the next panel, it says Kawaki mentions that he resented karma and his goal was always to get rid of it, and he considered the karma to be the culprit behind all his suffering. But he now deems the otsutsuki to be the real culprits for using humans and implanting karma on them. So Kawaki's mindset's changing here now. Could this possibly be that he wants to kill Boruto because he knows that he's an otsutsuki? I think that could be a possibility, as we see Kawaki's mindset is now starting to change. So then in the next panel, it says Amaro starts tearing up thinking about his daughter, and Eida says that she's tired and refers to Kawaki as dear. Everyone rests, a new day tomorrow. Though they don't show us the panel of Amaro crying, I think it has something to do with Eida. Because if Eida randomly changes the subject, she sees that her pitiful old man is crying in front of them, she decides that it's time for everyone to go to sleep. So I still believe Eida has a connection to Amaro. Because if you look at the picture in chapter 75 of Amaro's daughter, if you look closely at the face kind of resembles Eida. Though it does resemble a bit of Delta too, but it looks like it's a bit of Eida as well. What if Eida is actually made from his real daughter, and he implanted all these abilities, but the only thing he could not give her was love? Which is why Amaro decided to implant the love ability. Since we know it's not a divine ability, but what if Amaro gave it to her so that she doesn't feel lonely and that she'll make people fall in love with her? That is still a possibility. So then in the next panel, it says, restless night for everyone, except Damon. He doesn't care. So you see Kawaki lying on the bed thinking to himself, and then you have Eida looking at Kawaki. Though I'm not sure if they're in the same room. That's what kind of bothers me. Because if you look at Aida's face, she's looking somewhere. So it makes me question on where she's looking. So I think her, Boruto, and Kawaki, and Damon are all in the same room. So then you have Boruto lying here, and he's looking at his karma, and he thinks back to Momoshiki, and I think this has something to do with the blue eyes again. So then in the next panel, it says, Boruto mentions that why does Eida love Kawaki? For sure he falls into the otsutsuki bracket. Eida replies by saying that, Boruto, you're only 12, meanwhile I'm 16. Damon says, it's not that you aren't an otsutsuki, it's your face. Bro, Damon out here roasting everybody, bro. This little shit is strong, so he knows he can roast anybody and has no consequences. Though I wonder what's gonna happen if Damon meets Himawari. I know something gonna build between those two. I'm calling that right now too. Though it kind of throws me off here with Eida saying, Boruto, you're only 12, meanwhile I'm 16. Is she trying to say that he's too young for her? But that makes you question, how old is Kawaki? Everyone been throwing a lot of numbers around. I think he's between 13 and 14. Because no way Kawaki is 15, 16. Though Hinata did say back in episode 194 that Kawaki is around a similar age of Boruto. So it makes you question how old he is. If Boruto is 12, that means Kawaki might be 13 to 14. So then in the next panel, it says Boruto, Damon, and Kawaki start arguing at the breakfast table. possible. Then suddenly she mentions that she needs more girls at the house and demands for Sumire and Sarada as they are the nearest available. So I think the reason she wants to have a girl talk is because of two things. First, Eida is a bit anxious with two boys around. Secondly, she wants to know if these two girls have any feelings for Kawaki and Boruto. The reason I say that is because Eida is an enemy and she is the jealous type. She will come after those that come after Kawaki, as you've seen that with Code. So imagine if one of the two girls have feelings for Kawaki, she's gonna end up coming after them. So I think she wanted more insight on Kawaki and Boruto. Because from her perspective, it looks like these two aren't communicating enough with her. So in her mind, she thinks that there must be another girl in their heart. Thus her wanting to have other girls at the house to see if they have any feelings for these two. And I don't know what Boruto says here, but I think Boruto's confused that she wants to call in Sarada. So then in the next panel, it says Sarada and Sumire are both shocked to hear their names. Mitsuki wants to go with Sarada, but Konohamaru says no, as he was affected. Shikamaru offers to help as he wasn't affected originally, but he falls down. Delta wanted to go, but Sumire did not allow it. Though I think Abdul Zodiac made a mistake here. I think he meant Shikadai. And then you see Sarada preparing herself. Sumire is shocked that she has to go. So then you see Shikadai fall in love with Eida as soon as he arrives. And Sarada's like, bro, this guy's done too. So I think the writers knew they were teasing us with Shikadai having feelings for somebody else. I think the two girls won't fall for Aida's abilities because they already have feelings for someone else. So it makes me think that what if girls who are in love are actually the weakness to Aida's abilities? I think that's a possibility. Because if a girl has somebody else in her heart, then she won't fall for Aida's abilities. Though the same can't be applied for the guys. So then we get the pillow talk scene in the next panel, and it says Eida asks Sarada and Sumire to come with her so they can talk away from the boys. Eida starts about her feelings connecting Kawaki, blush, and then asks Sarada what does she think about all this. Sarada says, well, doesn't that happen to everyone? So I think she's trying to hint to Eida that everyone falls in love, you know, especially with the boys. She's like, it's hard to express her feelings sometimes. And you see Sarada has sweat marks on her face. She's trying to play it off. Though according to Luana's translation, it says that Sarada in this panel is trying to play it off that she's fallen for Aida's abilities. But then in the next panel, Eida questions Sarada saying, what do you think about Boruto? And then Sarada gets instantly flustered. Now this is a real reaction, as Luana Rocha did say that Sarada's blush was actually real in this panel. As to the previous panel, she was just acting it to make it look like she was falling for Aida's abilities. So then Sarada gets flustered when Eida brings up Boruto. So there you have it. There is the point we've all been waiting for. Eida asking Sarada, does she like Boruto? Bro, I want to know what her answer is gonna be. Is she gonna say to Eida, I do like him, but I don't know his feelings yet, or something like that? Because I think she doesn't want anyone to know that she likes Boruto, especially Sumire, who she said back in chapter 19 that she doesn't like Boruto. Sumire knew she liked Boruto, but her being a tsundere, she's hiding her feelings. She's trying to play it off. Even right now too, she's trying to play it off with Eida. So I wonder what chapter 76 is actually gonna have. So then we get the final panels of Boruto and Kawaki, and it says Momoshiki's thoughts get crosswired with Boruto's yet again. Momoshiki was thinking about Aida's enchantress ability, so Boruto questions him. Right then, Kawaki figures out that Boruto has been talking to Momoshiki and asks Momoshiki to come out. Bro, what is Kawaki gonna think of all this? Kawaki now sees that Boruto's talking to Momoshiki and he's like, bro, you gotta stop this shit. And I think this is where it's gonna get interesting. Eida is gonna know something's up with Momoshiki and Boruto and they're plotting something. And it's possible that she's the one who commands somebody to cut Boruto's eye. That makes me question a lot with this. Bro, these spoilers are crazy for chapter 76. Now we have some actual translations by Luana Rocha, and this is what she says regarding the panels with Sarada and Sumire and Eida. Sarada questions to herself saying, this girl, really that only these things pass her mind. She looks a bit silly. And then Eida says, what do you think, Sarada? And then Sarada says, yes, I think so too. I understand you a lot. Anyone would be like that, right? If you really like ... So I think at this moment, Sarada is just trying to play off on who she likes, and this is Sarada trying to act that she's falling for Aida's abilities, which is why she then says, what a pressure, feels like I'm being consumed by it. So she notices that Aida's abilities are affecting her, but her brain is fighting back against it. I think this goes back to my original theory that Aida's powers are a virus, and that her virus won't affect those that have fallen in love already, because I think the point of her virus is to infect the part of the brain that controls love, and it makes them fall in love with Eida. But if somebody already has somebody in their brain, then they won't fall for her. So then in the next panel of the translation, Eida asks Sarada, what do you think of Boruto? And then Sarada gets instantly flustered here. And then she tries to play it off saying, pretend you're under Aida's charm. She can't figure it out. And then Sarada says, why? Is there a problem? Bro, she's trying to play it off hard, bro. My girl's trying to play it off hard, bro. I'm like, woo! There's some juicy information. So then Luana confirms that the blushing from Sarada is real, and that she's only acting in the first part part, but the second part caught Sarada off guard. So Boruto Chapter 76 spoilers are juicy, bro. They're insane. They're mind-boggling.
Naughty, naughty. You teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
Yo, I'm hyped for this. This is like Chapter 69 all over again. The hype around Sarada is gonna be real. So this is what I think of the spoilers. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And stay tuned for Boruto Chapter 76.